So today I have a color pencil comparison for you. We are going to be doing this all on some drawing paper by Canson, and you can find this at Michael's. And we're going to do 4 different color pencil sets. This first one is by Tombow, and this second one is by Koh-i-Noor. And then the next 2 are by Lyra, and this one's really nice. It has a nice assortment of colors. And then this last one is really great for younger students because they are larger and so they're easier to hold. So I just want to show you some of the colors and how well they cover. And for this set, the colors are nice and bright, great for younger students. And because the color pencil lead is larger, it's easier to color the whole page fairly quickly. So this is also by Lyra, and this particular set is the Skin Tone set, and so you have a lot of neutrals and browns, and they're still nice and chunky, so it's easy for young students to hold them. But there is a difference in the shape, so I just want to show you the difference between the 2. So for this one, it's triangular, and so it's really comfortable and easy to hold, and it makes it really easy to write as well. And then for this one, it's hexagonal in shape, and so there are more sides, and it's still easy to hold. It's just the other one is more comfortable, especially if you're going to do a lot of drawing or a lot of writing with these color pencils. So I also want to show you these color pencil extenders. They're made out of wood, and they fit both the color pencils that are 3-sided and the other ones that were the skin tone ones. And so when your color pencil gets to the very end and it's a little bit more difficult to write with it, you can just slip them into one of these color pencil extenders, and then you can keep using them. So now I want to show you the Lyra color pencil set that's really great for older students. It comes in sets of 36 and 72, and they have a nice range of colors. And these ones are really great for layering. And this next set is by Koh-i-Noor. And I especially like this set because I feel like the colors are really rich and it's very easy to get a nice coverage on the page. But I don't know that they're as good for layering as the Lyra because they cover so well the first time. It doesn't leave a lot of space to actually layer other colors, and that's just my experience with them. You might find a different experience with them, and I was trying to just be even-handed with both of those sets so that you can get a good comparison. Now this last one by Tombow is it's new to me. I've only used it a couple of times, and I had a hard time finding colors that could match up well to the Lyra and the Koh-i-Noor just so that you could get a good comparison. But I did pull out some colors to try out, and they're more muted in tone. I think it's a harder lead, so you have to push a little bit harder to get more color, but overall the colors are not going to be as bright as the Lyra and the Koh-i-Noor, which is fine because I think they're really great for landscapes. And so for Lyra and Koh-i-Noor, I think it's a great all-purpose high-quality color pencil. And if you're looking for something that's a little bit different, I think that the Tombow Irojiten color pencils are really great too. But overall, I think that seeing them in action is probably going to be the best way to compare all 3 of these color pencil sets. So I'm starting out with the Tombow Irojiten color pencil set. And I think these are really nice for landscapes or things that are more true to life colors because they're more muted. Even the brighter colors are more muted than the Lyra and the Koh-i-Noor set. Also, overall, the whole picture is going to be lighter because I think that the color pencil lead is harder, and so you're not getting as much color on your page. And this is nice for things that are maybe a little more ethereal or more romantic. And so I enjoyed making this this drawing, and I feel like the colors represent nature. And I'm not an artist, so I apologize if I have done my shading or my layering wrong. I'm just working with what I know. And so I tend to just do an overall picture first, and then I come back in and try to add more layers of color as I think that, it needs it. And so this drawing just kind of reminds me of the California coast. You get a lot of kind of brown rolling hills by the ocean. And so that's just what I was kind of going for as I started this drawing. So I'm going to do this same drawing 3 times with all 3 of the color pencil sets that I think are suitable for older students. I didn't do the same one with the Lyra set that was chunky. So for this next one, I'm going to be using the Lyra set. And I didn't feel like I had a green that was going to resemble the first set, so I decided to start with some yellow first, and then I thought, well, it'll be good to see how well you can layer the colors. And also, I'm working with a set that is probably 36 color pencils, and it might have been a set that originally had 72 color pencils. We've gone through several sets of these color pencils, and so we tend to go through the earth tones first, and we end up with a lot of purples and reds and pinks left over, and so we end up having to buy new sets when we run out of the browns and the greens and the blues. And so it's possible that this set didn't have a lot of the earthy greens that I was looking for, or I could have just been trying to really copy the first one that I did. But overall, I was pleased with the colors. The layering works really well with the Lyra color pencils. And my only thing is that I felt like the blue, it wasn't going to look like the ocean and the sky. So I tried doing gray first, and then I come back in with blue for the ocean. But as a picture in real life, seeing it, it looks rich and the colors look nice. But as far as it looking like the actual ocean, I don't think that it looks quite that color. So my impression of the Lyra set and eventually the Koh-i-Noor set is that it reminds me of a picture that has been run through some filters to enhance the colors. And so the drawing might look the same, but the colors have all been punched up, versus the Tombow colors, they seem more true to nature. So, and this one is done now, and this was the Lyra set, and I just went back to the Tombow set to show you, and there'll be a better comparison at the end where you can see all 3 of the drawings. And so now I'm starting on the Koh-i-Noor set, which my kids really love, and I do too, because it's easy to get the color on the page. You don't have to be so heavy-handed with it. It's a soft lead, but I don't know that it's as good for blending as some of the other ones, because you'd have to kind of layer it on kind of thick in order to get the next layer of color, and then you might not be able to see as much from the colors below. But overall, I feel like this is another one of those pictures that looks like it's been run through filters and just has had the color punched up. But if you're not comparing them, I think each color set works really well, and I love all 3 of them. And it's just that if you were having to choose one to begin with, you would want to think about what your drawing needs were. Was it to be accurate with what you were drawing? Did you want to really look like nature? Did you want it to be easy to draw with? I find that the Koh-i-Noor color pencils are really easy to draw with because they're softer lead. And so I have the 36 color set for the Koh-i-Noor, and I think it's an adequate amount of colors to work with, but I prefer having more earth tones, more earthy greens and browns. And my daughter decided that this drawing needed a sun and some clouds, and so she helped out with that, and then she needs some people in the foreground, and so there she is helping me out quite a bit. So we had a nice time drawing together. And you'll still be able to compare the 3 pictures. I mostly look at the trees and the background for the comparison. So we're just about done. She just had to make her final little touches there. And now I'm going to show you the final picture for this one, which was the Koh-i-Noor. And then a comparison of all three shows that all of them are really good color pencil sets. I think that if you want something that's going to be bright and beautiful, the Lyra and the Koh-i-Noor sets work really well. And if you want something that has a harder lead and has colors that are more true to life, then I think that the Tombow set will be great. And if you have young students that are preschool, kindergarten, first, second, third grade, then I think that the Lyra set that's called Super Furby is really great. So if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see how we put together our color pencil cases, you can click the left side of the screen. And if you'd like to see one of our astronomy projects, you can click the right side of the screen. And if you're on a mobile device, I will add the links to the description below. And as always, you can check out my website at pepperandpine.com for more information and photos. Okay guys, thanks for watching.